What's going on, Shiny Crew? I'm the SilverSlasher and welcome to SilverDex. This is a weekly show where we take a look at a different Pokemon, cover everything about it, and then give an idea for its next step. If you're hyped for this brand new series, make sure you slash that like button down below and share this with fellow Pokemon fans. Also, make sure you stick around until the end of this video to vote for who next week's Pokemon should be. So without further ado, let's peek into the SilverDex and see our first Pokemon. Bisharp is number 625 in the National Pokédex and is a Dark and Steel-type Pokémon introduced in Generation 5, meaning Pokémon Black and Pokémon White. His name comes from Bisharp, as in the piece from the classic game of war strategy chess, and Sharp referring to the blades he possesses. Bisharp's three abilities are Defiant, which raises its attack by 2 stages when one of its stats is lowered, Inner Focus, which prevents flinching, and Pressure, which lowers the opponent's PP usage by 2 instead of 1. One of Bisharp's Pokédex entry reads, "This pitiless Pokémon commands a group of Pawniard to hound prey into immobility. It then moves in to finish the prey off." Bisharp currently evolves from Pawniard at level 52. Pawniard and Bisharp are in the human-like egg group, and when hatching an egg, the male to female split is 50-50. Bisharp is 5 foot 3 inches or 1.6 meters tall and weighs 154.3 pounds or 70 kilograms. Bisharp's stats are distributed with 65 HP, 125 attack, 100 defense, 60 special attack, 70 special defense, and 70 speed. The total comes out to 490 for those who don't want to do the math. In competitive battling, Bisharp is generally used to set up a very high attack stat with attacks like Swords Dance and then sweep the opponent. This is the set I run for Bisharp. 4 EVs in HP, 252 in attack, 252 in speed, Adamant Nature with the ability Defiant and holding a Focus Sash, to ensure that you get at least 1 turn to prepare before your attack. For attacks, I run Swords Dance, Iron Head, Night Slash, and Sucker Punch. Another set is 4 EVs in defense, 252 in attack, and 252 with speed, Jolly Nature with Defiant, holding a Life Orb. This boosted speed from your nature and the power from the Life Orb deal massive damage. For attacks, run Swords Dance, Iron Head, Knockoff, and Sucker Punch. Fun fact, Bisharp has the same base attack stat as the legendary Pokemon Landorus. But that attack needs to be higher, of course. We now move into the second section, where I talk about where Bisharp should go next. Yeah, it is my favorite Pokemon, so maybe I'm a little biased, but I think Bisharp should evolve once more. With this concept, I introduce you to Knife. I know, genius name. Before I continue, credit should be given. The design for Knife was created by Shadow Scar Knight on DeviantArt under the name of Masamurai. I decided to call him by a different name, being Knife, since I wanted to be creative and also keep the scheme of the chain's names coming from chess. For abilities, I think that Knife should obtain Moxie, raising his attack by 1 stage every time he KOs a Pokemon. As for his evolutionary chain, I feel some large adjustment needs to be done. Pawniard should evolve into Bisharp at level 32, providing a more balanced curve, and not forcing you to have Pawniard for 50 levels because, let's face it, he's not that strong. Bisharp should then evolve into Knife at level 64. Another idea I had was for Bisharp to evolve via trade while holding King's Rock, but ultimately I decided not to go with this model. Changes that should be made upon evolution are the abilities to learn attacks Close Combat, Cross Chop, and King's Shield. I legitimately cannot wrap my head around why they cannot learn these 3 attacks already. Of course he can get physical, Chop fits perfectly with his design, also King's Shield because duh, it makes perfect sense since he has the chess theme and he can already learn Protect. So you may have asked yourself, why such a high level to evolve into Knife? And the answer is that I believe Knife should be a pseudo-legendary. His stats should be 65 HP, 160 attack, 110 defense, 60 special attack, 110 special defense, and 95 speed. The sum of these stats is of course 600, the stat total that all pseudo-legendaries have. The boosted defenses will certainly help with his previous rather frail way of being, especially against special attacks. The boosted speed will allow him to move before many strong opponents, giving him the edge he needs, no pun intended, to slice down the competition. Pun absolutely intended. That'll be $30. My set for Knife would be rather similar to my set for Bisharp, having 4 EVs in HP, 252 in attack, and 252 in speed, an Adamant Nature, the Moxie ability, and holding a Focus Sash. As much as I'd like to put faith in those defenses, a strong fighting type move from most competitive fighting types in his tier, either OU or maybe even Ubers, will likely do him in, so Focus Sash is a good backup plan. I'd also run the attacks Swords Dance, Iron Head, Night Slash, and Close Combat. Another set for Knife could be 4 EVs in HP, 252 in defense, and 252 in special defense, impish nature with Defiant and Holding Leftovers. The boosted defenses make playing it safe an extremely viable option. His King's Shield attack will lower the opponent's stats, which will likely cause them to do one of 3 things. 1. Sacrifice their active Pokemon. 2. Attempt to lower one of your stats, causing your attack to rise. Or 3. Switch out, giving you a free hit or setup. This moveset of King's Shield, Iron Head, Night Slash, and Cross Chop will frighten even the biggest of opponents. Knife would be a fantastic addition to the lineup, and I can't think of anyone who deserves this more than my man Bisharp. So that's it for this episode, but now it's time for Battle of the Week! Which of these Pokemon would you like to see me cover next week? Cradily, Scolipede, or Chandelure? Click the Pokemon you want or the link in the description below to vote. I hope you cast your vote, and I'll see you next time on SilverDex.